Hello everyone, this is an automated translation made with AI. My name is Sofía, I'm part of the WorkWithPlus team, and today I'll be telling you what we've been working on in the last few months and what's coming up. WorkWithPlus is the ideal complement to work with GeneXus. Whether you already use GeneXus in your projects or you are new to this world, WorkWithPlus will allow you to dive into the low-code world, accelerate the learning curve, reduce time to market, and drastically increase your productivity. At WorkWithPlus, we have been working for more than 16 years to enhance the GeneXus work experience, offering an added level of automation, productivity, and design. Our goal is for you to have the ability to take your GeneXus projects to the next level. That's why throughout all these years, we have created a family of products, a set of products designed to solve the different needs that exist in the community. WorkWithPlus for Web, oriented to the development of web applications with incredible experiences. WorkWithPlus for native mobile, to generate native applications also with amazing experiences. WorkWithPlus for BI, to introduce conversational business analytics in GeneXus-generated applications. WorkWithPlus for Audit, to add an extra layer of traceability and security to your applications. And WorkWithPlus for Video Call, to introduce video conferencing to both web and native GeneXus-generated applications. WorkWithPlus today is a platform, the leading platform in the community, that allows you to increase productivity at least 4 times and generate apps with GeneXus productivity and generate apps with the usability, power, design, and security that today's technology and business demand. We achieve this through a powerful combination of productivity and automation user experience and development experience that, as I said before, seek to generate a super complete platform that allows you to have record productivity and applications with amazing experiences. And we always achieve all of this with 100% flexibility. In WorkWithPlus, we are going to standardize all development tasks to the maximum, but it is also specifically designed to ensure that you have the flexibility you need in order for you to be able to create any type of design, any type of screen layout, and any type of app. We always give you 100% flexibility for your developments. Nowadays, WorkWithPlus is being marketed in more than 40 countries around the world. We have more than 5,000 developers who, day by day, are using our products to significantly boost their productivity. And we are immensely proud of this community that stands with us across the world. At WorkWithPlus, we work to be your trusted allies. Our goal is to keep evolving so that you can also continuously progress in your projects and your businesses, staying aligned with all the latest technological trends as they emerge. We do this while staying aligned with the continuous evolution of GeneXus itself. GeneXus has us thoroughly accustomed to, version after version, surprising us with new resources. And we always want you to know that by using WorkWithPlus, you will be able to take advantage of the best that GeneXus has in each version. But we also continue to evolve by listening closely to the ideas by our user community who use WorkWithPlus on a daily basis and always provide us with new ideas to keep growing. And we continue to evolve as well, thanks to our innovation and development team, who are constantly monitoring the latest technologies and trends to incorporate these advancements into our platform, ensuring that you can apply them to your projects. And if we are talking about innovation, I'm going to go straight to the news we have been releasing in the last few months. Undoubtedly, the great protagonist of the last few months has been artificial intelligence. At WorkWithPlus, we have worked so that you can bring all the power of artificial intelligence to your projects. We know that today there is a great eagerness in organizations to incorporate artificial intelligence. All organizations are demanding this, but we know that sometimes they are not ready to go down this path. That is why, with WorkWithPlus, we seek to provide them with the tools to unlock the full potential of their business, gain competitive advantage, build customer loyalty, explore new ways of doing business by incorporating AI the WorkWithPlus way, that is, quickly and 100% automatically. The WorkWithPlus AI module today has 2 functionalities, the intent-based navigation and the artificial intelligence-based assistant. I'm going to show you both functionalities. Intent-based navigation is designed to meet a frequently encountered need, particularly in large systems that have numerous screens and a high level of complexity. Traditionally, the systems are navigated using the application menus, but precisely in large and complex applications, only expert users with extensive experience using the system know about this number of screens. They are the ones who possess this knowledge. The intent-based search is particularly effective. We reformulate navigation and allow users to express themselves in natural language, what their intentions are, and the system, using artificial intelligence, will guide them to the best screen that solves each need. Let's look at it at runtime. Here, for example, we're going to navigate a project system, and I'm going to ask it to go to the parameter configuration screen. I express this in natural language and the system redirects me to that screen. But I can also ask you that I want to navigate the projects of the year 2024 with a certain price, and here the system will understand that I want to go to the screen to work with the projects, and it will instantiate the corresponding filters. I can even further refine the search and go deeper into more results if I need to, if I need it that way. We could continue with several examples. We can go to the details of a record. For example, if I want to see the detail of a certain company, all I have to do is write this intention in natural language, and the system will redirect me to the screen that solves this need. As mentioned earlier, our objective is to enable users to communicate their intent effectively in complex systems comprising multiple screens. By doing so, the system can effectively direct users to the most appropriate screen for every scenario. This functionality is already being utilized by several clients across the globe and proves to be especially valuable in complex systems such as enterprise resource planning, ERPs. After we launched this functionality several months ago, we made the decision not to stop there. Our goal was to keep adding the power of artificial intelligence to your projects so you could elevate the user experience even further. For this reason, we have now introduced a new feature, the Artificial Intelligence-Powered Assistant. The concept is that you can define which transactions and entities you want to have available in the assistant, and then you'll be able to perform natural language queries on those specific transactions. Let's see it in action as well. Here, I'll show you a project management system, and you can see that the assistant appears as a chat at the bottom of the screen. Let's make inquiries about this data. Let's ask, for example, for the projects of the person Felipe Herrera. There we see this data displayed, and we could continue to go deeper into the information. For example, asking for the price of these projects in a pie chart. Using artificial intelligence, the system is going to display the corresponding information in the graph that we request. But we could go deeper into the information. For example, we could now see the evolution over time of the cost of the projects, Note that I am still working with Felipe Herrera's projects. The whole conversation is contextual, so I already have this context, and I don't have to keep repeating this information. As you can see, the limit here is the creativity of the end users. We can go deeper into the queries, we can add different series, we can see the data with different types of visualizations. And nobody had to program anything at all. All of this was generated 100% automatically using WorkWithPlus. When we have queries that are relevant, those queries can be stored in a dashboard. In this way, each user can have his or her personal dashboard with the most frequent or the most relevant queries and can directly access that dashboard when needed. With this, we are also giving a lot of flexibility to the end users so that each one can take ownership of the system and generate the visualizations they need. As you can see, the possibilities are endless, and it will really be up to the end users to take advantage of all the information that we are deploying and to generate insights that are relevant to their business and to solve the analysis needs they have in each case. As we saw before, we have different types of visualizations that will be adapted to the different types of data we are deploying, to the different types of data we are looking at. In some cases, they will be displayed as graphs, in others as KPIs, in others as tables. Even if I have the data as tables, I can export them to Excel. The AI is always going to look for the best way to solve each visualization, trying to each of the visualizations, trying to facilitate the analysis of the data it is displaying. And of course, I can ask the AI in any language, regardless of the language in which it generates the KB. All this is not magic. It's WorkWithPlus doing a lot of work on the back end, which fortunately for you is 100% transparent and 100% automatic. WorkWithPlus is going to solve everything you need so that you can have this very powerful resource in your applications. On the back end, what is happening is that WorkWithPlus is generating what is called a semantic model, for example, all the metadata of the knowledge base with the entities, the filters, the orders, the security configurations, and all that, together with the prompt work that we have done throughout all these months to refine the searches and avoid AI hallucinations, along with user requests, is sent to an LLM that processes it, returns the intent or the query that the user wants to make, and WorkWithPlus processes that query. Then WorkWithPlus processes that information and displays the corresponding query or takes the user to the desired screen. As I was saying, all of this that is happening in the back end is generated 100% automatically. By installing the latest versions of WorkWithPlus, you will be able to have this feature, you enable it, and with zero code, with zero configuration, you can start using these resources. You don't have to configure anything at all. In addition, all this is available in a completely free development version. In other words, with a WorkWithPlus license, you can start trying all of this right now without coding anything and without paying anything extra. And of course, when we talk about AI, we know that there are a lot of privacy and security considerations that we have to take into account. For this, we just send to the model, to the LLM, this semantic model with the KB metadata. In addition, we use the LLMs by APIs. This ensures that we are not using the information to retrain the models, and we also have integration with GAM. This means that you will be able to define permissions for the different roles so that one role can see certain information in the wizard and another role can't. We can even define permissions at the attribute level. One role could see, for example, in the wizard, the salary of an employee, and another role does not have access to this information. And once you test this functionality, validate it with your end users, and want to move it to production, we have several plans depending on the number of daily requests you are going to use to give you a lot of flexibility in choosing the desired plan. Let's move on to another of the great features that we have released in recent months. With the Dynamic Forms module, we are giving unprecedented flexibility to the GeneXus community. This module allows end users at runtime to define surveys, evaluations, forms in a 100% dynamic way. That is, users can define what fields they will have, what type of fields with what type of control. They can even define the layout of the form and its behavior. And once they do so, they will have the possibility to share these evaluations or surveys for other users to complete. And they will be able to complete them both in web format as well as in native mobile format. In other words, the form is designed once and WorkWithPlus generates it on both platforms. This module is being widely adopted by our community, so we decided to further enhance it with two new features: dynamic sections and dynamic validations. Regarding dynamic sections, it allows us to solve a common case where we have a transaction with certain defined attributes, and we want end users at runtime to be able to add new attributes to that transaction. In other words, they can dynamically define new attributes. We can do this precisely with the dynamic sections. And for example, if we have a transaction company, We can define at runtime new attributes that even vary according to conditions. For example, if the company is of medium size, we would like to have new attributes such as, for example, the number of employees of the company. And these attributes, as I said before, we are going to define them 100% dynamically. This is very useful when we have systems with several implementations and we want to give that extra flexibility to the end users. In this way, at runtime, the attributes that we define dynamically will be seen as another attribute of the transaction, with all the validations and controls of the transaction, with all the validations and controls that you already know, but in a 100% dynamic way. Continuing with this flexibility, we have released the dynamic validations. This allows you to define business rules also in a 100% dynamic way so that they vary depending, for example, on some attributes such as the size of the company. Of course, we have also been working on the user experience, and this is why we have released a new template and user calendar control. This allows you to manage and handle events in a very graphical and visual way. And continuing with the user experience, we have incorporated Anonymous to the WorkWithPlus family of designs. This way, you will have the look and feel of Anonymous and all the power of WorkWithPlus that you already know. Column selector, column filters, paging bar, and all the functionality you usually use. All this I showed you is already released. If you download the current versions of WorkWithPlus, you will already have it and you will start using it. Now I would like to tell you about what we are working on for the next few months. We have a roadmap full of features to show you. And for that, I would like to start by telling you our vision. We, version by version, always work on the 3 areas that are fundamental for us: automation and productivity, development experience, and user experience. And in each of these areas, we are adding new resources. But these areas are also crossed by 2 fundamental elements: the use of artificial intelligence and the new version of GeneXus Next. For example, in terms of automation, we will continue to strengthen our integration module with services. You know that WorkWithPlus has had for many versions a feature that allows you to generate applications with a 3-tier architecture, generating the services layer, and the corresponding panels to consume those services and decouple the presentation layer from the data layer. We will continue working in this direction, facilitating the consumption of external services and also facilitating the generation of services for transactions. Let me now tell you in more detail about some of these upcoming functionalities. And let's start with GeneXus Next. Of course, WorkWithPlus is going to be available in this new version of GeneXus in this new GeneXus IDE. In fact, in the next few months before the end of the year, you will be able to open any KB that has WorkWithPlus in GeneXus Next. And in the coming months, we will be adding all the power you already know about WorkWithPlus: the hierarchical editor, the real-time preview, the design system wizard, and all the functionality of WorkWithPlus. We are very excited about this new IDE that GeneXus presents us with, and as always, you will be able to use WorkWithPlus in this new version as well. Of course, we are also continuing to work on the design level. In fact, we are releasing a new design system, Arno, which follows the latest trends in user experience and usability. And for those companies or teams that need an extra level of customization at design level, we continue to facilitate integration with designs created in Figma or Sketch. Once you create these designs and import them into GeneXus, you will be able to work with the generated screens using the WorkWithPlus IDE, the real-time preview, and also taking advantage of all the resources we usually have in WorkWithPlus, such as filters, paginations, actions, etc. In this way, no matter if you have a design team that creates your designs in Figma and import them into GeneXus, or if you decide to use any of the designs that we give you, in either case, you will be able to take advantage the full power of WorkWithPlus to automate their developments and increase productivity. We are also working on the Angular world. we are including a new design system and a new pattern focused mainly on generating applications with a very powerful front end using Angular and WorkWithPlus. And of course, we are continuing to work on artificial intelligence, thinking about how to enhance the user experience and also on how to empower development teams. At the assistant level, we have a roadmap full of features. For example, we will be releasing the assistant for native mobile. We will also be releasing new types of visualizations such as maps. And we are also integrating with other WorkWithPlus functionalities, such as sending notifications, so you can send notifications directly from the assistant. So we're giving a lot of power to end users in the assistant using AI. But we are also looking to give development teams more and more power using artificial intelligence. We will have assistants, and this comes very much hand in hand with GeneXus Next. We will have wizards so that they can initialize their design system or they can initialize the different screens. For example, you will be able to write what type of screen you want to generate, and WorkWithPlus, based on the design system and the available templates, will initialize these configurations. In addition, we will be including customized suggestions for development teams using artificial intelligence to provide, for example, ideas of best practices or functionality that might be useful on certain screens. And we're adding AI also to our documentation and support to speed up access to these resources. So, as you can see, we have a lot of work to do in the coming months. We're super excited to share all of these new features with you and get you up and running as soon as possible. That's why I invite you to join the WorkWithPlus community. At WorkWithPlus, we want to provide you with the best technical platform, but we also want to create a community that supports you on a daily basis. Provide them with training resources, tools, so that you can take full advantage of the latest functionalities, and a support team that is part of your team and that helps you to quickly resolve any day-to-day needs you may have. In this sense, in order to keep you, I invite you to join our WhatsApp channel to keep up to date with all the news. There we will share exclusive content before anyone else, so that you can learn about all the new features and all the power of WorkWithPlus. If you don't have WorkWithPlus yet, I invite you to download a 100% free trial version or to schedule a personalized demo. If you already use GeneXus, we have the mechanisms so that you can quickly incorporate all these functionalities that we have been seeing in your projects. It doesn't matter if the project is already underway or you have already started it. We can quickly incorporate WorkWithPlus into any project. So I invite you to schedule a personalized demo and explore these possibilities. And finally, as I was saying before, we are very excited about what we have released in the last few months, and especially about what is coming in the future. We have achieved all this because at WorkWithPlus we always dream big, and we are always looking for ways to combine efforts with GeneXus to make GeneXus and WorkWithPlus the leading platform in the low-code world. That's what we aim for, and that's what we dream about. That is why I would like to invite those who already use WorkWithPlus to continue to join us with all these new features that are coming up. And to those who still don't use WorkWithPlus, to let us surprise you and let you discover all this power for yourselves. Thank you very much.